You know, a fire mysteriously was reported hours after Mr. Moskwa was taken out of the residence, and with only FBI agents on the premises. So who set the fire, and what things have been burned? You know, and so those are the million-dollar questions we're asking Jim Jordan, the chairman of the Select Subcommittee on the Weaponization of the Federal Government Agencies, to investigate. And we're also asking James Comer, the chairman of the House Judicial Committee and the Oversight Committee, as well as Mark Gallagher, the China Committee, to investigate who issued the search warrant on Mr. Moskwa and why raided Mr. Moskwa's home and why he's still being detained. As we speak now, Mr. Moskwa is still being held in custody. And who set the fire and what things have been burned? Those are the million-dollar questions we're asking for this Congress to start investigating. And another thing, you know, yesterday at the court hearing, Judge Kathleen Parker asked a very important question, and I want all the American people to listen carefully. He asked the New York Southern District Federal Prosecutor about what are the critical information that should not be concealed from the judges and American public. So the Southern District of New York federal prosecutor admitted in the court before a federal judge that throughout their investigation into Mr. Moskwa's case, they have made a lot of contacts with the CCP government, the Chinese Communist Party government in China. You know, the CCP is trying to destroy Mr. Moskwa. Imagine, Josh, you're a Jewish person, you know, during the World War II. This is like American federal prosecutors collaborating or relying on Nazi Germany to provide assistance and information to investigate into American Jews on the U.S. soil. Your reactions?
This is an absolute travesty and overreach, obviously, of the DOJ and the American judicial process. I mean, this is an absolute travesty, but it just goes to show how far the tentacles of the CCP have reached themselves into the American judicial process. And I'll tell you why I'm passionate about something like this. You know, one thing I know about Miles Guo is he understood that you have to create an alternative media source in order to speak truth, in order to allow light to shine into darkness. And that's the one thing that they are most afraid of. They don't want the narrative in the media changing, because this is how they control people. And so people wonder why I'm so passionate and speak so boldly on issues like this. Because the reality is that one day I'll be the next one to go to prison. I'll be the next one that they're trying to trump up charges against. I'll be the next one. And what Americans got to realize is after me, you know who they're coming for? They're coming for you. Why? They've already gone after Steve Bannon. They've already gone after President Trump. I could go through a whole laundry list right now of people that the DOJ and the FBI have went after. Are they criminals? No. What is their crime? Speaking truth to the American people. And that is exactly what's happening right now, is you have people like Miles Guo and this network and so many that are trying to speak truth into communist China to allow the people to wake up. And the Communist Chinese Party understand that they are one revolution away from being thrown out of power, and that makes them very afraid. And when you're afraid, you'll go to any measure to squash the voice or to silence the voice of the person that's speaking out against you. That's why I'm encouraging Americans to call their congresspeople. I'm encouraging Chinese Americans and naturalized citizens. I am encouraging every person under the sound of my voice to write a letter, to write an email. Why? Because once they go after him, they went after President Trump, they went after Steve Bannon, they just continue on down the line. Sooner or later, they're going to come after every American person that dares to share a video on social media that they don't agree with. It's very, very scary.